But I find me the pain, and I don't care what they say. Tell them what I get, but I can't come to today. Hey, too long. I gotta keep moving. My girl, she waiting. I don't wanna be over it. Come down to the door. I try to lose it. They stay too long. I gotta keep moving. My girl, she yeah. I know that she waiting on me with a big smile on her face. Looking real good, so real nice and sweet. She know I'm out on the road, doing my music play. She know the few days, she know those few days. She know I'm only just a man. I gotta make it right. I try so really know it's hard. You will be surprised when some people right. When you really won't show it. When I find me in this pain, won't let it take my way. You don't wanna get down on my phone, but I think I'm too late. They stay too long, they stay too long. I gotta keep moving, I gotta keep moving. My girl, she waits, my girl, she waits. I don't wanna be fooled, I don't wanna be fooled. I got a good thing, I gotta do. They stay too long, they stay too long. I gotta keep moving, I gotta keep moving. Come on now, we're going to have an awesome time today. Happy Sunday to all of you, the first Sunday of the month. God has been so good. Blessed us to see another start of a month and a Sunday, which is the start of the week. I'm excited. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, and this is WBSW Radio, the number one internet station. And our show today is Talking Real to You Prime Time. See, we just moved it to another day, but we still consider our show to be live and making it do what it needs to do. When we're talking about Talking Real to You, it's the only internet talk radio show that focuses on just plain old life issues. We have several other shows, and most of our shows just focus on life issues. And we want you to be a part of it by joining us as a guest, Riverside at riverside.com. Get it out, riverside.com. Just go to Google, type in riverside.com. Then you can use this link to make sure you connect directly with us. That's riverside.com/studio/WVSW-radio-internet. We want you to share your opinions, stories, and examples live with me by going to social media. These are the networks that you can sign on and be a part of it. Start with Big O Live, which will live on Big O Live. That's Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. Then you got Facebook.com, and that's Dr. L. D'Alberto Smith. Then we also have Zeta Phi Sigma Greenville. We're partnering with the Brothers of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma chapter of Greenville, Alabama, where we do our service projects together. When we go out and we do things, and we also want to always be with them because they're doing some awesome things down in Butler County. Brothers of Phi Beta Sigmas and sisters of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, keep doing what you're doing down in Butler County. That's a shout out for each and every one of you all. Super Live, WBSW Radio Internet, Tango.com, which is WBSW-radio-14059, Twit at Dr. L. D'Alberto 2017. Then we have TikTok Live, which is Dr. Lorenzo D'Alberto Smith. On YouTube, we have two channels operating. We want you to join us on one or the other and subscribe on both. So that means you got to join us or subscribe as well on both of them. First one is the Smith Way Enterprises. The second one is Dr. Lorenzo D'Alberto Smith. Our on-demand episodes, you can check us out by going to podservefm.com, type in WBSW Radio, and you'll have audio only, and you can get it through Alexis, Amazon Podcast, Apple Podcasts, Edge, Google Plus, iHeartRadio, Podbean, Pod Paradise, Snitchers, Pandora, and Spotify, which again is operated by PodServe FM, FM.com. Type in WDSW Radio, and you'll be able to populate all our on-demand episodes. WDSW Radio, the number one internet station. We're excited because we have listeners and watchers. You are being the listeners and the watchers in 61 countries and on 6 continents. We're interactive based. You have social media, then you have this live broadcast through Riverside, FM.com. You have we're just excited about coming before you to share this platform with you, because we want to make sure we touch on just plain old life issues. That's what we're going to focus on. So we want you to keep that in mind. We're in 61 countries being broadcast on 6 continents. So check out where you go. You go find the internet. You can find us on one of the social media or riverside.com. You can register for WVSW Radio giveaways by sending your name and a meaning transaction. And what I ask for that is that you can type it on social media like you're live now. Type it in, type your name, and then put in a means of transaction. There's 5 of them, and we're using one of them. You can type in and say, this is where I want my money sent to. That's Bitcoin. That's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle. You type in your name on the social media site along with one of those means of transaction, and you will be receiving from $5 to $100, depending on what's going to be coming out to you, because we're going to provide everybody who put their name in with a means of transaction. Repeat them: Bitcoin, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. And if you want to send it to my email, which is Lorenza, Lorenza, D as in David, SMITH, 15@gmail.com. Lorenza D. Smith 15@gmail.com. Sow a seed. If you sign on, whatever device you're on, whatever network you're on, we want you to hit the like button. That'll let us know you're sowing a seed with us, and we will appreciate legally 1,000 likes. Today is Sunday. We pushing for 1,000 likes. Hit that like button. I appreciate it if you do that. WDSW Radio asks you to show your support by monetizing, if you choose, through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Big O Live, Podbean, Pod Paradise, Riverside, Super Live, Tango, Twit, and YouTube. You have an opportunity to do how you see fit. If you don't have anything, we're fine with it. If you consider taking advantage of what might be on that social media site as an opportunity to monetize, please do. Thank you so much. Our title of today's show is Understanding Life's Deceptions. Oh man, that's something we want to think about. Life can throw a lot of fastball at you, and it can come in the sign of deceptions. But the most important thing we're talking about life's deceptions are self-deception. Do you deceive yourself by allowing people to take advantage of crossing your boundaries? Do you deceive yourself about just trusting in everybody else and not believing in yourself? Do you deceive yourself by not being self-aware? Do you deceive yourself by not being motivated to do and be the best version of yourself? These are some things that's so important, and I want you to start thinking about when we present this title to you, which is Understanding Life's Deceptions. And they come in all forms. If I haven't said it, I'm going to say it now. Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to talk about something uncomfortable, something most people sense but rarely confront: life deceptions. Remember, life deceptions are uncomfortable. And sometimes they're confusing. And when they're confusing, we do not want to confront them. When we're talking about life deceptions, we're talking about the illusion. Something we may see as being, but others don't. You have an illusion of what life is all about. The illusion of living in this sort of resident, illusion of having this type of car, illusion of believing everybody supports you, illusion that everybody's gonna pat you on the back when you do something that is standing out way beyond your imperfect state to being a perfect action. You expect them to pat you on the back, but it's an illusion you have that you thinking they're gonna do that. The next thing is narratives. See, we allow our life deception be written on narratives. We let other people create narratives for us. And sometimes we get upset when they create these narratives. Then we distinctly get upset with them saying, that is not the way I am. But they're creating a narrative, whether it's to disrespect you or whether it is to demean you, but they're creating a narrative because it's a deception that's going on. Then the false truth. A lot of times we allow people to say things and let them get away with it because they cross that boundary of when you deal with people, you expect people to be honest. You expect people to not to be deceptive. You expect people not to make you uncomfortable. You expect people to be able to put you in a position so if you do something, if they do something, you can. But see, with life deceptions, it creates false truth. And sometimes we accept those false truths. See, the false truths that quietly shape our decision. I'm going to step off and I'm going to just talk to individuals, but I'm going to talk about relationships and identity too. When we're talking about shape our decisions, just like if you're trying to be politically correct. And if you decide to step outside of what everybody else thinks is a political correctness, then they're going to cancel you. See, that's the ideal of shaping your decision. See, they're going to want to use the sign language. The sign language goes into play for not only your decision, but into relationship. See, when things don't go individual ways, then they will pull out the sign card. You say, what is that? It's an acronym you created from sign, that's SIGN. So let's look at it because things not going the way they want them to go in the relationship. They can't control the relationship. They can't do what they want to do in the relationship. They're going to use what we call the S in sign, shame. They love to shame you. Shame you something about how your body is built. Shame you what your sexual preference is. Shame you how you look. See, shame you that you don't have enough money. See, it's amazing. I want to bring this in. I was watching some content creators that was addressing some issues where individuals are inviting on the first date some young lady. And this is most of the time we see is males inviting these young ladies, and they decide to bring their whole crew, bring their cousins, bring their friends. Even if it's their birthday, you're inviting them on the birthday. You're inviting them, but you're not inviting everybody else. But they take upon themselves and being created illusion by bringing everybody else. And when they get there, they order because they don't figure it's on them. They think it's going to be on you. Order anything they want to. So sometimes these individual bills be $300 and $400 and $500. But one of the ways they try to shame you, because you said, well, I'm not paying for nobody but you. You brought those friends, or your friends pay for themselves. And they all say you broke or brokey because you're not paying for their meals. You didn't invite them. You invited on the first date the person you have an interest in. They invited those individuals without
having a conversation with you. That is totally disrespect for you as an individual. That's trying to minimize who you are. So that's the shame that comes along with the sign language. The I is insult. Insulting you that you're weak, insulting you that you're broke, insulting you that you're not a real man. See, these are the kind of things that come into play when they want to destroy a relationship, because if they cared anything about you, they would never try to shame you. They'll never try to insult you, which is the I. And the next one is guilty. Make you feel guilty. Now you want to be with me? Well, you got to pay for everybody else. No, that ain't what you agreed to. Or you got to pay for my children, and I is a package. Well, you know, I'm not dating your children. That's why that's that big rumbling going on about, you know, guys dating young lady with children, which is not their children. See, there's a problem, but they want you to make you feel guilty in this relationship. And the end is need to be right. See, they want to be right. See, you wrong because you ain't taking upon yourself to pay a $500 tab with their friends and made, well, your tab might have been $100. The other $400 the friends don't want to pay, but you're broken. You know, you ain't got no money. You know, you're weak. See, all these things because they need to be right. So when we talk about our identity, our identity, when you think about life perception, do you allow deception to affect your identity? Do you know who you are and whom you are? Or do you allow life or individuals to write your story? Are you self-aware of who you are and whom you are? See, deception is powerful if you allow it to operate. So we have to keep in mind we're talking about life deception. We must understand it thoroughly and understand enough that it can be put into practicality as well. See, we got to operate now with not just theory. We must also understand the practice of practicality. So when we say life doesn't deceive us by malice, it deceives us subtly through expectation, through assumption, through stories we inherit without question. Let's talk about expectation. See, life expectations are very important. Some people call them goals. You set goals to accomplish in life. But don't be deceived by the direction you're going. Don't allow the direction to keep you from reaching your goal or your life expectations. Your assumptions fall in line with the deception dealing with life. See, through our life, there are stories we inherit without questioning. Let me begin with a simple idea. More people don't live their life. Would you agree or disagree? Most people don't live their life. They live the story, and we're going to stop right there. They live the story of their life. See, they inherit the story, so they live in the story instead of living their life. See, they live the story they were told about their life. Is that you? I want you to think about most people don't live their life. They live the story they were told about life. Today, we're going to break through all of that information. We're going to break through the story. We're going to open it up and we're going to discuss it. See, it's amazing. And y'all excuse my arm reaching across, but I have a situation where my iPad began to act up and I have to move. So the story is starting off looking at what is life deception. That question I want you to ask yourself. What is life deception? Do you know? Do you know? What are the life deceptions you're dealing with? How do you see your life? Is your life a story? Is your life a story? Is it an illusion? We live sometime in illusion. Is your life an illusion? So let's look at life deception. Life deception is not lying. Life deception is not lying. It's not manipulation. It's not trickery. It's real. It's real. And how you deal with it, you must put yourself in the position to recognize the lie that you're dealing with. You must be in a position to recognize manipulation. You must put yourself in a position through practicality to see trickery that's going on. Life is the gap between. See, it's not a deception. Life is the gap between what we believe life is. What do you believe life is? What do you believe life is? This is something you need to really think about. What we believe life is. And what life actually is. See, what you believe life is it truly actually what life is? We're talking about understanding life's deceptions. And truly, I want you to take time and think about it. Got another one of these days when my iPad wanted to go to sleep on me right quick, but we're going to work through it as fast as we can so we can get all phases of it. So think about the three forms that gives you a complete understanding of what we believe life is and what life actually is. Social deception. The norms and expectation we absorb without conscious, which is social deception. Life deceptions are emotional deception. The feelings we miss are suppressed. Self-deception. The stories we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. The three forms are social deception. It's all about norms and expectations. And we absorb them without consent. Emotional deception, feelings we misinterpret. Self-deception, the stories we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. These deceptions shape how we love, how we work, how we judge, judging ourselves, and how we judge others. Understanding them is not about becoming a cycle. It's about becoming conscious. First, let's look at in-depth social deception. The world strips. See, social deception is the world's strips. See, we are handed strips from childhood. And the first one is success looks like this. The second one, happiness looks like that. The third one, people like you should do this. And the fourth one is, don't question the rules. These are strips that life hands us, better known as world strips while we're children. These strips are powerful because they feel natural, but they're not natural.